Hello, my friend, wherever you are. I'm sending you love, the power of positivity, and vitamin D. I will be your vitamin D.
Do this shit until they murder me.
Welcome to the Gazillionaires Club. And today, it's gonna be a heavy topic, okay? We're gonna be talking about human trafficking, especially sex trafficking for or of underage girls. So recently there's an interview with Patrick Bet David podcast with, oh my god, I forgot her name, Whitney. But she wrote a book on Jeffrey Epstein, and I'm pretty sure, if you watch my channel, I don't talk much about Jeffrey Epstein, the person that, they claim that he murdered himself in prison. I highly doubt it. But after watching, before I dive into the video, first of all, let's talk about human nature. Let's talk about Hollywood. I'm going to be briefly talking about Hollywood because I've talked a couple of times on my channel. But if you remember Harvey Weinstein, I mean, this guy been in Hollywood, like he is one of the top dogs in Hollywood, right? And there were a bunch of women came out and claimed that he raped them and stuff like that for 30 or more plus years, and nobody ever said anything. And even if they came out and they were to say something about it, even during the Clintons era, like there were women that came out and they were raped by, but pretty much everything just kind of went under the carpet. And then remember with the Donald Trump and the Clintons debate in 2016, where he brought some of the women out and they claimed that they were raped, and nothing happened. Even there were a phone call that were being recorded. I forgot where I heard it, but I think it was during the presidential election. But a little bit before that, there were some women came out and claimed that Bill Clinton raped them. And then I think like Hillary was like, she was representing someone. Don't quote me on this. I'm just trying to remember what I heard or what I've listened in the past or what I've seen in the past. And then, there was a phone call and she was just laughing about it, about these women claiming that they were raped. And let's put it this way. When we look at the justice system in America, it's pretty much corrupt, okay? And when I saw the interview of the Jeffrey Epstein with Patrick Bet David and Whitney, I mean, it's so deep to the point where when Donald Trump said drain the swamp is deep and wide. It is deep and wide. And we're talking about billionaires, right? People with status, people that run like billions dollars of companies, people that are in position of power, politicians, agencies. When you look at the whole system for what it is, either you can be paranoid, either you can find inner peace and spread the truth, either you can ignore everything and just live your life. But it's hard to do that, because being a human, we're all connected to one and another. And when we see injustice, we speak out. And the reason, people spoke out for the longest time, but a lot of these people, their voice never heard. They go missing or they were assassinated. who knows? But people spoke out, and right now, humanity is at a point where we are hopping into the next phase of evolution, and technology is gonna be there to help us, or it can enslave humanity or enslave us. I believe that is here to help us to evolve to the next phase of evolution. That's why we see people with a voice. As much as I don't like social media, they give people a voice, okay? And it's starting to get better with this whole different social media that are popping up. But when we understand human nature, and why money, power, sex, all of these are very common to people with money. And for a regular person like you and I, we understand what morality is. We know what is right and what is wrong. But when you have so much money and you're able to do whatever you want, like you start making up rules. There is no wrong or right in your mind, because when you have money, and like with humans, right? The majority of people are poor, so when they see people with money, they always assume that, oh, this person is smart, this person is righteous, this person must be doing something right. Nothing is further from the truth. I'm not saying that I'm not saying people with money are bad, but when you start looking, behind the curtain, a lot of them fall under the category of, like money hungry, power, and sex. And when we look at Hollywood, like you can see it. The amount of people in Hollywood, you know how much drugs these people do? And when your mind is altered by drugs, you are not a human. You are being controlled by an entity. For me, alcohol is an entity. Psychedelic is an entity. Basically, when you are on a type of drug, you are being controlled by an invisible entity. Come with me to the dark side. And when we, everything that's happened in America, especially with kids, right? The way that, the way that we raise them is wrong. And humanity is at a crossroad where either we create a better world for the next generation, or that next generation is going to cause mayhem for humanity. And I do believe that it's going to be better, simply because we've been here for thousands and thousands of years, okay? There is no reason to be extinct at this point, unless there's a catastrophe. Then we're similar to the dinosaurs. But there's a reason why we're here, and we're still here, and we are going to keep evolving. But to watch the documentary like that, and understand, and see the tides of all powerful people that are connected to it, you're kind of like, holy shit, like what the fuck, And then you're just like, the more you understand, it's hard not to get mad. But the whole point is not to get mad. The whole point is to find inner peace and help humanity grow. And we're at a point where you shouldn't be afraid to speak your opinion, because the moment you're afraid to speak your opinion, it means that everything that these people are doing, in my opinion, is purely evil. And when I say evil, I don't use the word evil, that much. But when I But when I say evil, these people are evil. And, you might think that you don't have a voice. You do. Everyone has a voice. It doesn't matter how big or small. When we see injustice, we have to speak out. And the other thing that I want to remind you, my friend, don't let it ruin your inner peace, okay? Because there's a lot of shit that happened, and the moment you let it get to you, especially mentally, you are going to suffer a lot. And that's why I do what I do on my channel. I try to speak out, I try to give you the sources, but then I also try to, share my journey with you so that you can see that, hey, yes, all of these shits are happening, but at the same time, I still gotta live. We all gotta live, because, people gotta see people gotta see life in us as a motivation for them to keep going.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Think about it every night and day.
If I follow you and all you do is talk about doom and gloom, chances are I'm not going to follow you. But if you share your truth and you live your life and you do, you do what you can, then I have respect for those kind of people. I mean, I do have respect for the truther, but it's just like my mind is not ready to be on that level. I think some people, they do what they do, like they speak about injustice 24/7 because that is their mission. That is their mission, and I have a lot of respect for them. I just know, with me, I can't do that because that is too much. It takes too much out of me. But anyway, my friend, I highly recommend that you should check out that that Epstein documentary. Try to understand human nature, and I guess the only way, well, not the only way, but the way that I understand human nature is through the people around me and movies, right? It's and even with music, I mean, like Pac and Eminem kind of like taught me a lot of things about the industry, about human nature, and you have to understand, people with money, they are willing to do anything and everything. And especially with people in power, they are not going to stop until somebody stand up and be like, hey, this is wrong, or they're being exposed. It's kind of like when you have a family and there's a bad child and you keep on accommodating all of their bad habits, eventually they will become a bad human being. But if you raise them right, if they did something wrong, and you tell them, hey, this is wrong, or we have some kind of punishment, because that's the whole point of having the rule of law. The rule of law is to prevent people from doing bad things. The point of having a God, it doesn't matter what religion you have. The point of having a God is someone watching over you so that you don't go into the dark realm. I think it's always good to believe in a God, whichever it may be, whoever your God is. But it's kind of like having a parent, a child without parents, they're not gonna know what is right and what is wrong. A country that doesn't have the rule of law is going to cause havoc. People in that country is gonna cause havoc. People that don't believe in a higher being, those people tend to be, they think that they are the shit. They think that they are God, and that is also a problem. No matter what we do in life, we have to believe that there's something higher than us. We have to believe that, hey, we are here on a purpose. We have to believe that there's a higher power. Because if we don't, the reason why we evolved from a single organism to where we are today, there's a reason. And, if you know what that reason is, let me know. I have my opinion. If you watch my channel long enough, you know the answer. But that is it for this video. Make sure you check out the interview PBD on YouTube, okay? And it's the interviewer is Pat, but the person that's given the interview, I'm confused, but her name is Whitney. So, and it's about Jeffrey Epstein, and and all the ties with the political people, or people that that we consider to be wealthy. It's crazy. You should definitely watch it. Let me know what you think. Use the hashtag at Zillionaires Club, and be good, stay cool, and believe that there is a higher purpose, there is a higher being, and there is a collective consciousness among humanity. And don't forget to live and enjoy life. So much love. I will see you in the next video. Ta-da.